Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about seated pressing, behind the neck pressing, and the seated overhead press. Before I do, guys, stick around to the end of this video to find out how you can contact me with your questions and comments. So let's talk about seated pressing. I want to address how wide to have your grips, because they do vary between the front and the back press. Now, the main thing you need to know about pressing or overhead pressing is that when you're pressing, you want to have your wrists over your elbows. You want to have wrists over elbows, okay? So, let me get in position here, boys and girls. When you're doing the behind the neck press, like this, you can't have it tight in, okay? You're not going to be able to press like this. In the front, you can have your wrists over your elbows with a closer grip. In the back, you can't do that. You can't press like that, so your arms are going to be a little bit wider, but you see my wrists are still over my elbows. So, you want to set up that way. For the front press, you want to set up a little bit more narrow grip, so the wrists are over the elbows, like this, okay? That's how I set up for the seated press. That's a good leverage position with your wrists over your elbows. That'll keep everything aligned. That'll keep stave off strains and pains from awkward wrist angles and awkward pressing angles and so on and so forth. The behind the neck press, like I said, you can't have a more narrow grip like this. You have to move your arm out. So because of that, you're going to have a wider grip. But the same thing applies. You want your wrists over your elbows. So grab your phone, grab your camera, record yourself, and look for that cue, guys. Make sure your wrists are over your elbows, no matter if it's in the front or in the back. Now, when I press from a seated position from the front, I have a little bit of just a slight incline. It just makes it easier, so I'm not driving the bar right, down my old schnozzerooski or into my epic beard. So I have just a little bit of an incline where I rest back, so I can bring the bar, right about here. I don't go all the way to my chest. You can if it feels comfortable. It really doesn't matter as long as your shoulders aren't feeling strained. On the BTN presses, on the behind the neck presses, I am religious about how low I take that, or how low I allow myself to take it. It's a controversial lift. A lot of guys fear the behind the neck press because of shoulder health and so on and so forth. Now, there are guys that do all kinds of wide grip behind the neck types of presses, like a wide grip push press and a clock off press and all that kind of good stuff. My opinion, guys, from a longevity standpoint, if you're going to do a behind the neck press, you don't want your arm going below parallel to the ground. For me, the bar ends up being right about here, right above my ears, ear level, or in here. So when I'm pressing, it's usually about like this. Your elbows you can come a little bit below parallel, with your arms compared to the ground, but I wouldn't really take the bar any lower than the back of your melon right here. Once you start getting below that, the deeper the elbows go, the more pressure you're going to be putting on your shoulders. Like I said, some guys will try to debate me on that point, and they'll say, hey, I can do those, and I feel great, I don't have any issues. That's fine. But from a longevity standpoint, if you're going to do a BTN press, might as well play it safe and err on the side of caution. Only take that bar right about, ear level, back of the head type of level. Don't go any lower. It's really not needed. I can do a strict press of 315 behind the neck from the seated position and a strict press of 315 from the front. So I've done both of these. I've experimented with both. I've done both of these variations since 1986. So boys and girls, that's a long, long time. I've never had any shoulders issues from these lifts, and I do them and I use these strict form cues to make sure that I keep everything healthy. So guys, if If you have any questions or comments regarding this topic or anything else, you can reach me at the link below. The link goes to a forum Q&A. It's a hater-free, e-stats-free, bro-free, nonsense-free forum. You can click that link. It'll take you straight to my Q&A where you can ask me questions and get help. So guys, thanks for watching. As always, have a great day.